Hey everybody, today is Tuesday. We are at October the 18th. I am feeling much better today, refreshed and ready to keep writing. I've done my edits and now I'm back into working on my book, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I did want to say one thing. If you have not signed up for being part of my mailing list, on the bottom right hand side of my sidebar, go ahead and do that. If you have signed up, you did not get a confirmation, so don't worry that you missed something. I decided that it would be easier not to send confirmations because sometimes confirmations go in junk mails. So I just had everybody that signed up automatically on the list. I will be sending out hopefully a sample chapter of the book, a sample lesson from the book within the next couple weeks. So make sure you're on that list or you will not get the sample. I'm going to just put it in a PDF and send it out to everybody and just get your feedback on it. So be looking for that. And I'll talk about it more and let you know when it's coming. It won't be for a couple more weeks, but I do want your feedback on some things. So there, having said that, I've always loved John 10:10. I've always loved just everything about that, especially this translation in the NLT. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life. Some might read that and think, oh my goodness, my bank account is going to be huge. Nope, that's not what it's referring to. But your life will be rich and it will be satisfying by following the Good Shepherd. The sheep, as his sheep, we know his voice. We follow him. We run from strangers. Did you see that? They will run because they don't know him. They don't know his voice. They will not follow a stranger. I love that we can go freely in and out of the gate, that within the gate there's safety. So when we go out of the gate into things that maybe aren't the best for us, we can come right back into the gate of safety. Everything there is in good pasture, and there's good pastures outside of that gate, but we can always come back into the security of our shepherd's gate. And the rich and satisfying life is ours for the taking, and the reason we don't have that is because we don't freely accept, and I think too we just let things keep us from believing that we are worthy of this rich and satisfying life because of things that we've done that weren't so great in our past. And those are just lies. They're lies from the enemy, and he wants us to not have this rich and satisfying life. That's why he sends somebody to steal, kill, and destroy every hope of a rich and satisfying life that we could have. He can't steal our salvation, but he sure can steal our joy and kill our hope and destroy our self-image and our self-worth so that we feel like we are not worthy of accepting or even having that rich and satisfying life. But I will tell you, what got my attention is in the last few minutes of reading back over the reading today is verse 18, and that's our key verse. No one can take my life from me. I sacrifice it voluntarily. Now, this is Jesus saying that he has the authority to lay it down when he wants to and to take it up again when he wants to, for this is what my Father has commanded. I looked at the first two parts of that verse. No one can take my life from me. I sacrifice it voluntarily. And it just hit me. This is what we do. We give our lives away voluntarily. No one can steal our lives. No one can steal our self-worth. No one can steal our self-image. No one can steal our happiness. No one can steal our joy. We voluntarily give it away. Now, voluntarily, I'm going to look at two things. I'm going to look at it in two ways here. Voluntarily, we will see something, we think it, and we do it for the good. We see something that needs to happen. We think about how to do that. We act upon it. And there's blessing in that. We voluntarily give our lives. We voluntarily sacrifice our lives, the things of our lives, for the greater good, for God's kingdom, for God's children. However, we also give up, as he says, sacrifice voluntarily our lives our worth, our joy, our esteem for the not so good. We see something, perhaps a handsome guy at work. We think about it and go, things aren't going so great right at my house. My husband doesn't understand me. He never listens. And so such and such, he just really is a great listener. He really understands me. And we start thinking and we start justifying, and then we act upon it. So we voluntarily sacrifice for the not so good. And I thought it was quite interesting how God just painted that picture of how we could do and sacrifice voluntarily for our good, but we also sacrifice voluntarily, just give up for the not so good. And the return on the investment of that part of the volunteering is not good. It's pain, it's suffering, it's alienation, it's separation from God. So let's look at things. What are we volunteering for? What are we sacrificially volunteering our worth, our esteem, our joy, our happiness, our whole being? What are we sacrificially volunteering it for? Are we volunteering it for good, for God's kingdom, for our good, voluntarily sacrificing things that aren't good for us, such as giving up a television show, those types of things? Or are we voluntarily sacrificing ourselves for things that are harmful to us? So what are you volunteering? How is that going? How's that working out for you, in other words? I don't know, I just thought that was interesting concept, the way the Lord brought that to me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow face to face.